Good evening, friends. Myself, Dr. Ravikant Pathak, and I'm working in the Excel Academy Private Limited, Thoothukudi, Tamil Nadu. And now you know very well. So this is the Corona time. So everyone is staying at your home and stay at your home and become safe. So you can say in the last video we have finished animal kingdom chapter. We have finished the plant kingdom chapter, and today I will discuss about the next chapter and next chapter of this 11th standard NCERT. So animal kingdom will start. So you can say here I'm going to discuss next chapter, and the name of chapter is the animal kingdom. So what we will discuss in this chapter, we will discuss in this chapter about the basis of classification and different phylum. So you know in this chapter they have given the 11th phylum. In your NCERT they have given the 11th phylum, and you know name them. You know some of them name. So it means you can say first is the phylum Porifera Coelenterata, then Platyhelminthes, Porifera Coelenterata, Ctenophora, Platyhelminthes, Esculmenthes, and then Esculmenthes, Echinodermata, Esculmenthes, Annelida, Mollusca, Arthropoda, Echinodermata, and the last Chordata. Okay, so it means you can say in this chapter 11th phylum have given, and other things also have been. So first we will discuss in this video only one topic, that is the basis of classification. So what we will discuss the basis of classification, because you know very well in the previous chapter it means you can say the living world, NCERT 11th standard first chapter, the living world. You know, so how many known species found on the earth? So known species found on the earth 1.7 to 1.8 million. 1.7 to 1.8 million found on the earth. This is the known species. This is the known species. Clear? And in known species, they have the fungi, bacteria, and some microorganism, plant also included. And here I am going to discuss about the animal kingdom. Okay. And if you know, so animal kingdom, first property of the animal kingdom, plant kingdom, you already seen plant kingdom have the cell wall, but animal kingdom, they don't have the cell wall, except, they don't have the cell wall. And one thing also, if we'll check, so some property, it is found in the euglena. It is some property of the plants which is found in the euglena. Euglena also have the chloroplast, and they performs, it performs the photosynthesis phenomenon. So due to this, euglena are considered as a connecting link between plant and animal. So they are considered as a connecting link between plant and animal. So now we are going to the basis of classification. So here they have given the basis of classification, because you already studied. So if you check the that means human classification. So human classification, you can say they have divided. First, if you check, so their classification sequence. So firstly, what will come? It will come first kingdom. Kingdom, that is the animal kingdom. Then phylum. Phylum Chordata. Then class Mammalia. Order primates. Family Hominidae, and genus Homo, and species Sapiens. It means they have the particular sequence. We'll check. So they have the particular sequence of the systematics or taxonomy. So like this, how they are classified, how they have classified. So scientists, they have classified on the basis of some criteria or some specific characteristics. So that is called the basis of classification. That is called the basis of classification. And in this basis of classification, so we will discuss six topics. So here they have given, and how you learn. So for you to learn, they have given a different pattern by which you can easily learn. And first thing here, they have given the ABCD. It means, you know, you already learned from the first standard, that is the alphabetical English word ABCD. So it means A, here they have given A, then B, then C, then D, then R, and then N and R. Clear? It means if you know ABCD, so on the basis of this ABCD, you can easily understand. A stands for arrangement of cell, B body symmetry, C circulatory system, D digestive system, N nature of xylem, and R is the reproductive system. Clear? So it means you can say this is the criteria. This is the criteria or basis of classification. So this is the criteria or basis of classification. And one thing here also have given the arrangement of cells. So if you'll check, so A stands for arrangement of cells, and arrangement of cells, you can say here they have given the level of classification. This is also known as the level of classification or level of organization. So means are the same, level of classification or level of organization or arrangement of the cells, so everything is the same. And here if you check, so level of classification, so they have given only three, but you should to know they have also given the it should also be five type. First is the protoplasmic grade organization. Protoplasmic grade organization found in the protozoa. Protoplasmic grade organization. Protoplasmic grade organization where found? It found in the protozoa. Second have given the cellular level. Second cellular level means, so here loose cell aggregate, and this is found the sponges. So cellular level aggregation. And third is the tissue level. Fourth is the organ level, and one more also, that is the organ system level of organization or level of classification found. Clear? So this is the first basis of classification. Second, they have given the body symmetry. Body symmetry, you know very well. So two different types of the body symmetry found. So two different types. First is the radial symmetry and another is the bilateral symmetry. So radial symmetry and bilateral symmetry. One type also found which is known as the asymmetry. Asymmetry means there is the means if you divide their body parts, it cannot be divided into two equal halves. Clear? Asymmetry, so it means asymmetry means, suppose that this is the animal, if you will try to divide into two equal halves, so it will not divide, so that is called asymmetry. This is called the asymmetry. So here they have the three different types of the symmetry. So body symmetry, how many types? First asymmetry, second is the radial symmetry, and third is the bilateral symmetry. So third is the bilateral symmetry. A stands for asymmetry, means body cannot divided into two equal halves. And what is the symmetry? So symmetry means, you can say, body arrangement. Symmetry is the body arrangement. Clear? So pattern of arrangement of the body, that is called symmetry. Here asymmetry means body cannot divided into two equal halves. Example is spongage, except spongage except leucosolenia as well as cycon. Clear? So leucosolenia as well as cycon, so these two are considered as a exception of sponges. And all sponges show which type of the symmetry? All sponges show asymmetry. All sponges show asymmetry. Next is the radial symmetry. Radial symmetry means, suppose that this is the organism. Okay, this is the organism, and when organism can be divided into two equal halves, more than two plane, more than one plane or two plane, and these planes run from the central axis. These planes should run from the central axis. So this is the radial symmetry. Radial symmetry means, so the animal, if you will cut with the if you will cut the animal, so it can be divided into two equal halves, and the plane more than one, two equal halves and plane more than one. So this type of symmetry is called the radial symmetry. Where it found? It found in the CCE. CCE you already studied in the when I was studying. So that time this pattern book already I saw. Okay, so it means a continuous comprehensive evolution. Continuous comprehensive evolution. So such type of book previously time was running, but now this time everyone from 6th to 12th standard they are following the NCERT. So continuous comprehensive evolution, why I am emphasizing? Because continuous comprehensive evolution, this is the short trick. This is the short trick by which you can learn example of the radial symmetry. C stands for Coelenterata, C stands for Ctenophora, A stands for Echinodermata, and Echinodermata only adult. Echinoderm adult show radial symmetry. Are you getting? Echinoderms adult show radial symmetry. Clear? And these and their echinodermata larva, echinoderms larva, they show the which type of symmetry? They show the bilateral symmetry. And echinoderms larva, they showing the evolution towards the formation of hemichordata and chordata, because bipinnaria larva found in the echinodermata, and these have the bilateral symmetry. It means it is showing the evolutionary sequence towards the formation of the chordate. Clear? So this is the symmetry. So this is the radial symmetry where found coelentrates, ctenophore, echinoderms, adult. So these radial symmetry found. Next type of symmetry, it have given the bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry. If we'll check the differences between radial symmetry, if we'll check the differences between radial symmetry and bilateral symmetry. So before I am going to difference, so you should to know what is the bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry means suppose that this is the organism, this is the organism, and organism have only one plane. If we'll cut from the single plane, the body is divided into two equal halves, and these body are the superimposable to each other. Superimposable to each other means if we'll cut, suppose that if we'll cut this body parts and these body parts put in front of the mirror, if we'll put this body part in front of the mirror and this body part is the right, so in the mirror what you will get image, you will get the left part of the image. So this is called the superimposable. It means in case of the bilateral symmetry what you will get, you will get the their body parts divided into two equal halves, and it is cut, it cut only the single plane, it cut only the single plane, and this animal, their body parts divided into two equal halves, and it can cut into the single plane. And one more thing also, here they have given, and their body parts, half body parts are superimposable to each other. It means one body part is the right hand side, so one body part is the right, so another one is left, another one is left. So this is you can say this is you can say which type of symmetry. So this is the bilateral symmetry, and where it found, it found inside our body. So it also found inside our body, means after echinoderms, you will get from you will get this first type of the symmetry, bilateral symmetry. And now what is the difference between bilateral symmetry and radial symmetry? What is the difference between bilateral symmetry and radial symmetry? So here they have given the two difference. First is the radial symmetry. Here needed more than 2 to 3 plane. In the radial symmetry, more than 2 to 3 plane. More than 2 to 3 plane. In case of the bilateral symmetry, here only one single plane. Only single plane. This is the first difference. Second difference between radial and bilateral symmetry. So second difference here, in case of the radial symmetry, the body, if will body cut, so they are not superimposable to each other, not superimposable to each other. And here body part, here if will cut the body part, so it is superimposable to each other, means one body part is the right, another one is left. Clear? So this is the difference between radial symmetry as well as bilateral symmetry. So I think you are getting very easy. So this is the difference between symmetry. Next, they have given the circulatory system. So circulatory system is the two different types. One is called the open and another is the closed. One is called the open, another is the closed. What means of the open type of circulatory system? Open type of circulatory system means, suppose that this is the hemocoel. You can say hemocoel, and where it found? It is found in the insects. So this is the hemocoel, and they have filled with the hemolymph. They are filled with the hemolymph. Clear? It means you can say this is the hemocoel, and hemocoel filled with the hemolymph. And some specific organ or tissue, they are directly bathed in the blood. Blood means you can say here hemolymph. In case of the insect blood, that is called the hemolymph. So what is the open circulatory system? Open circulatory system means the tissue or organ, they are directly bathed into the blood. They are directly bathed into the blood. So this is the open type of circulatory system. You already studied about the cockroach, and we will also discuss in the next chapter structural organization in animals. So that time we will discuss about the cockroach circulatory system. Cockroach circulatory system is the open circulatory system found where the hemolymph act as a blood and hemocoel as a chamber, that is the in which tissue or particular organ, they are bathed, they are directly bathed into the blood. So this is the open circulatory system. And closed circulatory system, you know, it is found inside our body, because they have provided a particular type of the blood vessels, and every organ supplied with the blood vessels like artery, vein, blood capillaries. Clear? So it means closed circulatory system found inside our body. So this is about the open circulatory system as well as closed circulatory system. Next, they have given the digestive pattern. Digestive pattern is the two different types. One is the incomplete, another is the complete. So they have given the how many types? It have given the two different types. So it have given the two different types. One is the incomplete, another is the complete digestive system. Why we called incomplete? Because only one pore body have the only one pore. This for both, for ingestion as well as egestion. Ingestion means input and egestion means output. So incomplete type of digestive system means you can say they have the only single pore and which act as a dual function for ingestion as well as egestion. Clear? So this is the incomplete digestive system. Next is the complete digestive system, means they have the two different pore, one for ingestion, another is the egestion, means one inlet, another is the outlet. Clear? So next is the nature of coelom. Nature of coelom, here they have given the detail if you'll see. So here they have given the types of coelom development. And you know very well, so coelom, how many types found? So coelom is the three different types. If they have the body cavity, that is the coelomate. If they have the body cavity, that animal is called the coelomate. And those animals which don't have the body cavity, and body cavity is the made up of the mesoderm. So it is the lining of the mesoderm. Clear? Internal and external lining of the mesoderm, so that is called the body cavity. So those animals which have the body cavity called coelomate, and those which have not body cavity, that is called acoelomate. And one is special type, that is called the pseudocoelom, in which mesoderms forms the patches like structure. Patches means packet, small packet like structure forms, and it is found in the Aschelminthes. Aschelminthes means nematode. So nematodes show the pseudocoelomic type of the coelom. Clear? It means you have already seen three different types of the coelom. Acoelom, no body cavity. Pseudocoelom, false body cavity. True coelom, actual body cavity. So true coelom, how many types? True coelom also two different types. True coelom also two different types. One is called the introcelic coelom and another is the schizocelic coelom. Introcelic coelom also called the deuterostomic. Why we call the deuterostomic? Because firstly, when the embryonic development takes place, so that time when the embryonic development takes place, so that time what will form? It firstly form the anus then mouth. Clear? It will form firstly anus then mouth. So this is called the deuterostomic. And deuterostomic, it start from echinoderms to human. Echinoderms to chordata. It forms the deuterostomic or introcelic coelom. Next they have given the schizocelic coelom. Schizocelic coelom means you can say this is also called the protostomic. Protostomic means during embryonic development the opening firstly forms the stome, that is mouth, and second firstly it forms the mouth and then anus. Clear? So this is the type of coelom. This is the type of coelom. Clear? One thing also have given the reproductive system. So reproductive system is male reproductive system, female reproductive system, monoecious or dioecious. Clear? And their development. So development may be direct or indirect. Direct means they have the no larval stage, and indirect means so their development takes place with the larval. So some larval stages found. So this is called the indirect developments. Clear? So I think you are also getting. So we will check their example. So we will check one by one their example. We have given some concept by which I think you are getting very sharply. And one also important thing, so you should to learn the example. How you will learn? So I have given some short trick by which you can learn very easy. Okay. So here they have in the level of organization. Already I had already told about that level of organization. How many types? 5 types. Protoplasmic grade organization were found in case of the protozoa. Cellular level of organization were found. It is found in the sponges. Sponges. It is found in the sponges. Clear? Cellular level organization were found. It is found in the sponges. Clear? One more also, tissue level organization. Tissue level organization found. Cellular level means here they have in the loose cell aggregates. So loose cell aggregate means cells not compactly aggregate. So they have the loose arrangement of the cells. So cellular level organization. Next is the tissue, and tissue know very well definition. The group of cells which arise from the same mother cell and they perform the same function, that is called the tissue. In case of the coelenterate, so they have the particular tissue and this tissue perform the function. So coelenterate show which type of organization? Coelenterate show tissue level of organization. Coelenterate show tissue level of organization. Next organ level of organization, it is found in the platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes also called the flatworm. Platyhelminthes also called flatworm. Okay. So next I've given the organ system level of organ system, because you have already studied this thing, you know very well, because I am going to discuss about this basic things. Firstly DNA, you know, firstly DNA, DNA will form. Firstly what will form? Firstly DNA will form. DNA, then nucleus. So DNA what will form? DNA nucleus. Nucleus cell, DNA, nucleus, cell, then tissue system, then organ system. Are you getting? Organ system, then individual, then population, then community, then ecosystem, and then landscape, then biome, then biosphere. It means we have started from the DNA and we are going to up to the top. Top means biosphere. So are you getting? DNA, then nucleus, then cell, then tissue system, organ system, individual, population, community, ecosystem, landscape, biome, biosphere. It means we have started from the small structure and we go to throughout the world. So this is the biosphere. It means it is the development. It will correlate with these things. So we have started from the DNA and we are getting through the biosphere, different types of the biodiversity in our earth. Clear? So it means they have given the organization, organ system level organization. It is found from annelids to the chordata, annelids to the chordata, and here this is found inside our body. Inside our body, organ system level of organization found, because we have the lung, kidney, and different body parts perform the different function. Okay. Next thing, they have given the short trick. I have prepared the short trick, and because how you learn, so by this trick you can learn easily. So first thing, they have given the chief tourist officer, CTO, chief tourist officer. They have given the CTO, cellular, tissue level, and organ level. Clear? Then SCP means sub commissioner of police. SCP means sub commissioner of police. So sub commissioners, sponges, coelenterata, and platyhelminthes. So cellular level organization were found. Cellular level organization found in the porifera or sponges. Cellular level organization found in the porifera sponges. Tissue level found in the coelentrates, and organ level found in the platyhelminthes. So organ level of organization were found. It found in the platyhelminthes. So means you have already seen this is the level of organization. This is the level of organization. One points also have given, if you read the cohort. If you read the cohort, these are not mentioned in your NCERT, but I have saw they have already asked in the NEET examination. So due to this, I have discussed this sentence. I have mentioned this sentence in your short notes. Clear? So cohort, where it found, you know, 7 ranks. First is the kingdom, phylum, class, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. So where it comes? It comes between the class and order. Cohort generally comes between class and order. So where it comes? It comes between the class and order. So next thing, they have given the body symmetry. Body symmetry we have already discussed. We will discuss here only the some example. We will discuss only here some example, and I will try to give the example and give the example and their explanation. I have already given. Okay. So body symmetry we have discussed the 3 different types. Asymmetry, sponges. Clear? Asymmetry, sponges except two, Sycon and Leucosolenia. They have the exception, and most every sponges they show asymmetry. Every sponges though asymmetry. Asymmetry means body cannot divided into 2 equal halves and not having equal proportion. Clear? Radial symmetry, they have more than one plane. Central axis present, more than one plane, central axis present. Body divided into 2 equal halves. CC, Coelenterata, Ctenophora, Echinodermata adult only, and Echinodermata larva show the bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry, single plane. Bilateral symmetry, single plane. And one body part is the superimposable to another, means mirror image to each other. And here they have given example: Annelida, Arthropoda, and Chordata, human beings. So this is the type of symmetry. So next we have also discussed about the circulatory system. So circulatory system, they have given how many type? Open circulatory system and closed circulatory system. Open circulatory system means their tissue or organ directly bathed into the blood. Their tissue or organ, they have directly bathed into the blood, and they have no blood vessels. So due to this, this is called the open circulatory system. Where it found? It is found in the crustacean, prawn, snail, mollusca, and insect, that is the arthropoda basically cockroach. They have mentioned in your NCERT syllabus, so you should to know this the point. Next I have given the closed circulatory system. Why we call closed circulatory system? Because you know very well. So closed circulatory system, why I am saying? Because in this closed circulatory system we have the blood vessel, artery, vein, blood capillaries, by which they have supplied the blood to particular organ, and it is found in case of the our body, human beings. Clear? So they have given the example: Annelida, Echinodermata, and Vertebrata. So they show which type of the circulatory system. They show the closed circulatory system. They show which type of the circulatory system. It show the closed circulatory system. Next point they have given about the digestive system. I had already told this digestive system, you know. So there is the two different types. One is the incomplete, another is the complete. Incomplete, single pore dual function, output input. Example: sponges, cnidarians, ctenophore, flatworm. Means from sponges to flatworm, they show the incomplete type of digestive system. Incomplete means single pore, and complete digestive system, it is found inside our body. It starts from Aschelminthes, means nematodes, to the chordates, and here they have the two different types of the opening. One opening is responsible for the ejection, and another is responsible for the ejection. Okay, one is the injection, another is the ejection, means inlet and outlet. So they have given this thing I have already told. So it have given one sentence, that is the protoplasmic grade of organization. Found in the protozoa. So protoplasmic grade of organization where found? It found in the protozoa. Clear? So coelom already told. Those animals which have the body cavity, that is coelomate. Those don't have the body cavity, acoelomate. And those animals which have the false body cavity, that is called the pseudocoelomate. So that is called what we call the pseudocoelomate. So here you can see acoelomate, no coelom. Example: platyhelminthes, flatworm, they have no coelom. Clear? So next, the second thing is the pseudocoelomate means they have the because you know body cavity generally formed by the mesoderm. Here also mesoderm present. But mesoderms found in patches. It means in case of the pseudocoelomate, mesoderm also present, but mesoderms present in the patches. So due to this, it considered as a pseudocoelomate. An example is the Aschelminthes, which is also known as the nematodes. Aschelminthes also considered as a nematoda. Okay. So one thing also they have given about the coelomate. Coelomate I already told you. Suppose that this is the body, and here it is the body cavity. It is the ectoderm, and this is the mesoderm. This is mesoderm also. Inner and outer side, both sides, they are surrounded by the mesoderm, and they form a cavity. So here you can see this is the body cavity. BC, that is the coelom or body cavity, and here this is the mesoderm, and here red color showing the mesoderm. So this is the coelomate animal, and I had already told coelomate animal also two different types. One is called the introcelic coelom, another is the schizocelic coelom. So here they have given introcelic coelom, another is the schizocelic coelom. Schizocelic coelom where found? It found in the protostome. Protostome means Those animals which have the during the embryonic development firstly form the mouth, then anus, that is called protostomic, and their development is spiral and indeterminate. Their development is the spiral. Spiral is a type of cleavage. Okay, so spiral and indeterminate type of cleavage found. In case of the deuterostome, in case of, we will check that in case of the deuterostome, it shows the introcilic coelom. Introcilic coelom means so introcilic coelom they have given deuterostome. Deuterostome means firstly anus will form, then mouth. Firstly anus will form, then mouth. So this is called the deuterostomic type of animal. Example, their cleavage radial and determinate type. So their cleavage is the radial and determinate type. So here they have given the explanation. First opening becomes embryo as a mouth. I had already told. Example, mollusk, annelids, and arthropod. Mollusk, annelids, arthropods, they show the protostomic type of coelom. And echinodermata, from echinodermata to chordata, they show the deuterostomic type of the coelom. They show which type of the coelom? They show the deuterostomic type of the coelom. It means you already seen so different types of the coelom. So now next what you will see? Next you will see the organization. So diploblastic and triploblastic. So what means of the diploblastic and triploblastic? Diploblastic means you can say, you know very well. So our body during the embryonic development, we have three different types of the germ layer: ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. So those animals which have the only two germ layer, that is called the diploblastic, and those animals which have the three germ layer: ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm, that is called triploblastic. Diploblastic animals coelenterate, and they have also mesoderm, but actual not mesoderms. It mesoderms converted into the mesoglia. So here you can read this sentence. Here you can read this sentence. So they have the ectoderm and endoderm. So they have what they have. They have the ectoderm. They have the ectoderm here. They have given the ectoderm, and they have also the endoderm. And in between, undifferentiated mesoglia cells found. Due to this, it is considered as a diploblastic. Diploblastic means only ectoderm and endoderm found. Mesoderms not found. At the place of mesoderms, they have the undifferentiated mesoglia layer. So this is called the diploblastic animals. Okay. And their examples, coelentrates and cnidarian. So coelentrates or cnidarian, so these are considered as a coelentrates or that same thing. Coelentrates also called the cnidarian because they have the cnidoblast cell. Clear? So these are considered as a example. Next is the triploblastic. So triploblastic I had already told. So triploblastic means they have the three different types of the germ layer: actual, ectoderm, mesoderm, as well as endoderm. So three different types of the germ layer found. Here they have given the figure. If you see the figure, so you can easily understand. Ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. So they form the triploblastic. Example, from platyhelminthes. From platyhelminthes to chordates. From platyhelminthes to chordates. So these are considered as a triploblastic animal, and they have the three germ layer. Next is the segmentation. Next, what they have in the segmentation. Segmentation means the body is internally and externally. If we'll check the internally and externally, they are divided into different segments. And this phenomenon is called the metamerism. This phenomenon is called the metamerism, and it is found in the insects, arthropoda, as well as insecta and annelida, and some chordates. So some chordates in annelida and arthropoda, they show the metamerism or segmentation. So it means you can say their body parts divided into, their body parts have the externally or internally different segment. So that is called the metamerism. So that is called what we call the metamerism. So segmentation or metamerism. So this thing they have given, and this figure, if you are seeing this figure, so this figure are I have took from the NCERT. I have took from where? I have took from the NCERT figure. Clear? And if you will see, so we have discussed details. So these I have summarized here. They have summarized Animal, multicellular animal. Cellular level organization were found. Cellular level organization found in the porifera, sponges. So then symmetry. So here tissue level organization after the porifera, every living beings have the every animals have the tissue level, then organ system level type of the organization found. Symmetry, radial symmetry, bilateral symmetry, and porifera asymmetry. Porifera sponges asymmetry except leucoselenia and siphon, and radial symmetry were found. It is found in the Coelenterata and Ctenophora. Coelenterata and Ctenophora, echinoderms also show, but echinoderms adults show the radial symmetry. Then next I have the without body cavity, that is called acoelomate. So acoelomate, that is the platyhelminthes, they have given the example. Okay, means up to the platyhelminthes, from porifera up to the platyhelminthes, they have no body cavity. It have no body cavity. Clear? From here to porifera to platyhelminthes, they have no body cavity. Then false body cavity, which is found in the Aschelminthus. False body cavity were found. It found in the Aschelminthus. True coelom means that they have body cavity. It is found in the Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca. So they show the protostomic. Protostomic means schizophylic coelom. After the Mollusca, Echinodermata and Hemichordata and Chordata, they show which type of the coelom. They show the deuterostomic coelom. That is the introcoelic coelom. Clear? So these things they have given about the here different types of the basis of classification. And now this is the basis of classification finished. And thank you. And we are expecting with you. I hope so. This is the good for your understanding level, and you are getting the sharply. And so we are understanding. You should comment any question or anything. If you have any problem or I am not doing good or anything, so you should comment and I will improve. So thank you for students for your cooperative and lessons. Thank you.